Hi everyone, my name is Anthony, and I'm going to be reviewing chapters 3, 4, and 5 of the Hardwiring Excellence. So starting off backwards on chapter 5 was based around the idea of building a culture around service. So one of the key points that he mentions is that a staff tends to teach connections through organizational values using their actions with employee-based teams. So for example, there are some teams that he mentioned like patient satisfaction team, measurement team, and physician satisfaction. So I feel like these teams are important in a healthcare organization because they kind of built the organizational values and they built kind of the goals for the team members to follow through. Now, following into chapter 4 was based around the idea of what is measurement. So basically, measurement is kind of what supports the alignment of behaviors while working, right? So a lot of the times, what we'll do is when we're working in a unit, a lot of the nurses, they'll tend to get satisfaction surveys from patients after their discharges. So what they do is that the higher ups, for example, the nurse managers and the CMOs, what they'll do is that they'll take these satisfaction surveys and they'll kind of build a result chain around it. And then what they'll do is they'll kind of evaluate the results and they'll use it based on the data that they receive. So then they use that to take action and improve whatever results that they get. So for example, if maybe a lot of patients are saying that, they're having a lot of falls, or a lot of their nurses, they don't feel that the nurses are caring for them, the CMOs and the higher up managements, they'll use those results to kind of implement changes so that they can do positive feedback. Now moving on to chapter 3, they talked about patient satisfaction. And they mentioned some drivers of patient satisfaction. A lot of them, key points that they mentioned for this was communication, pain management, personal needs, and the response to call lights. So all of these kind of are what guides the nurses to kind of pursue that positive satisfaction result, right? So then kind of everybody's goal in the healthcare organization is to set the strategic direction of the organization, which is something that really stood out to me also that he had mentioned in his book. Now, in my organization, I work in one of the biggest healthcare systems in South Florida, and we obviously use these so much throughout the systems. The system that I work for, it's based around almost 24 different facilities all across South Florida, going from Broward County all the way down to Monroe County in the Keys. So each of these facilities, we kind of use the idea of patient satisfaction surveys. So in the hospitals directly, we'll have boxes where patients or visitors can use to leave feedback on what they think their service was. And also after patient discharges, we use email systems that the patients can leave feedback on how their stay was. In the system, we work as teams. For example, when I'm working in the pharmacy, I have to work with the nurses to make sure that their patients get their medications before they're discharged. Because a lot of the times when they're discharged, a lot of patients can't find certain medications in their own pharmacies. So we collaborate with the nurses and the nurse units to make sure that all the patients have their medications before discharges. That basically summarizes this my vlog for today. Thank you all so much for watching.